Postal here. So long time no see. Yeah, I'm gonna ramble on about being away after this gameplay, um, but I did want to say, a quick, brief overview. I'm not very brief, but I just needed to disconnect a little bit. I was really throwing my whole life into doing some content creator, which would be one thing if it was making me some sort of money or anything along those lines. But I just, my balance, my work-life gameplay balance was completely out of whack, right? Clearly my family comes first, my kids, my wife, myself. And then, I've obviously got to make income by other means, so my job, and then the gameplay. And then beyond that, then content creation. And the content creating part of it was really taking just too much of my life. Go to work on like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. I would, be missing out on some time, some events with my kids, or even worse. How do I word this properly? I'd still go to do everything with my family and then try to squeeze this in. So, but I wouldn't be able to be, I just wouldn't have the energy. I wouldn't have the focus. I wouldn't be able to do everything that I wanted to be able to do. Not enough hours in the day. Yada yada yada. I really had to take a step back and, just put my life into focus and, what is most important to me. And I already knew what was most important to me, but I needed to make sure my family knew that. And that, I'm sure they did beforehand, but I really wanted to, actions speak louder than words, right? So, that being said, I told you it was going to be a long ramble. This is the first day I've been back into World of Warplanes since December, 10th, 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there. Almost 2 months. And I still enjoy the game. I've played a handful of games today. First one back was ME410. I posted just a screenshot of that on my Facebook and Discord pages. And I was like, well, what the heck? I'm here, I'm off on Monday. Let's post a video, let's create a video. And so that's what we've got here. So we've got our 302. Got a game that I recorded after I updated my recorder. Let's see how it goes. Obviously going to be some growing pains. It's kind of like riding a bike, but my balance wasn't 100%. Still needed some training wheels for some parts of it. So I hope you enjoy, and then I'll see you on the flip side of the battle. All right. So we've got our speed demon at tier 7. To be honest, it's probably overpowered. Is probably, as far as speed is concerned. It certainly makes up for it in lack of firepower. But we're going to see some pretty ridiculous numbers when it comes to speed here. Right now it's ridiculously slow. Below 180 miles an hour, I think there. But if you play it right, if you use the boost tools on this plane, you can keep it above 400 pretty easily. And you'll see me max out at the 535 pretty often because I use that extra boost, and I also kind of flutter the boost from time to time, making sure that I'm staying above 350 miles an hour as often as possible. Now, all this speed comes at the balancing factor for this is the lack of maneuverability. It's absolutely terrible. But it doesn't matter if you're able to get some good speed and get good angles on people where they didn't even realize you were coming. But much like a heavy fighter, you see I just continue on. And I'm going to boost up at a pretty steep angle, knowing that, or hoping that the plane that I'm going after does not have the momentum to keep up with me. And they certainly didn't. Even these planes, BF-109s and the P-51s, that are typically known as the energy fighters, the pretty speedy at this tier, they start turning and they lose a lot of that energy, especially the 109. So as long as I keep my safe and steady and speedy, I just leave them in my dust. So It's been a long time since I've played. But 302 is kind of like riding a bike, I suppose. At least if you like or are used to heavy fighter tactics, this plane plays right into that. Which can be kind of a disadvantage, right? You kind of think of it, well, why don't I just play a heavy fighter? It's going to have better guns. There's just something fun about this plane. Get the guns on target. There you go. Nice. Spinning around, so you'll see I don't turn or try to stick with a plane too often. GAs, bombers, you can stick with them, obviously. Even some of the multi-rolls and heavy fighters for sure. This is very good at taking down heavy fighters. Just because a heavy fighter can't get away. Might take forever to kill him, but it looks so good doing it. With this plane, you really want to be making sure that you're paying attention to your map. Seeing what's coming in, seeing what's going out. This bomber doesn't like me. Well, alright, so we're down one engine. Still should have a decent speed, even with just one engine. What's going on around me? Let's see, he's not paying attention, so let's head on back up. Oh, well. Alright, so let's get this heavy fighter. Which we're coming in at a wonky angle, but we're able to get on him at an okay angle. So we can get him... Oh, he's turning, so his rear gunner wasn't going to be able to do anything to us. It looks like that bomber's going to be dead anyway, so I started going for the defense aircraft. Kind of hoping to kill the defense aircraft and then get the bomber, but he killed him first anyway. Somebody's behind me. Don't have time to stick with this guy. Whoever's behind me, it's probably P-51A. No, BF-109. We still have my boost, so I try to save the extra boost, the cooling, for situations like this. I mean, look at this. I'm almost up to 11,000 feet. He's got no chance now. The thing that could take me down would be his hub cannon, but he wasn't able to get it on target. I was coming at a weird angle, and he had no energy. He had no ability to turn. He was just going to be hoping to, snipe me, so to speak. No such luck. 530 miles an hour. Boom. And keep on keeping on. So I was actually, hopping back in the game. I wanted to hop into a plane that I knew I felt 100% comfortable with, and that there wasn't going to be any, crazy changes to the game that would have changed its, role in the battlefield. So I hopped in the ME410 first. I forgot to record it, though. And had a pretty good game in that, too. And I figured I'd try this one out. If I got stuck in a Tier 8 battle, then so be it. But this plane, can handle itself relatively well at Tier 8. Not everybody's a jet yet. So, there's some planes that you'd run into that would be a pain, but happen to get good matchmaking here. And you see I am turning when I need to turn, but I'm not dogfighting. The dogfighting in this plane is death. It really is. Even versus things like a P-51 or a BF-109, they can still outturn me, and they don't even have really good turning radiuses, right? So you really want to make sure that, like any plane in the game, you play it to its strengths and avoid confrontations that, mitigate your strengths. All right, so heading up top here. Wasn't sure if he saw me or not. He clearly did, or somebody did. Yep, he definitely did. But, and I know P-51s can retain their speed and their energy very well, but I knew he wasn't going to be able to, because he was going to have to swing the plane around into a weird angle, and he wasn't going to be able to stick with me. I kind of expected him to try to, but he played it relatively smart here, and he's, ignored me and tried to put his guns to use somewhere else. Now is where I question the smarts, because he's not paying attention to his map, or he's reacting too slow anyway, and that's the end of that. If I was him, I would have done what he did, and then as soon as I saw that the 302 that I'm in was on his angle, I would have started maneuvering. But, c'est la vie. I killed him before the squall line, so I hopefully will get a thanks in chat. Thanks for killing me before the squall. We're just kind of hanging out at the center here. I got no reason to go anywhere else. We've got 3 of the 5 sectors. I'm not in the mood to... this game's like riding a bike, right? I was afraid hopping back into it I'd have to, like, get back, into riding the bicycle, so to speak. But I'm already back into it, like, where I'm like, well, this match is going really well, and I don't want to have it end too quickly. But we've seen enough of these where I'll play this game and accidentally get killed because I'm not paying attention, or I just get outplayed and mess up a game. It'd be pretty hard to mess this game up though, right? Alright, so we're up to our super boost. Got nothing to do in the center, so let's head on over here and see what we can do to mess with the peoples over here. So again, trying to find the right angle. I don't want to lose all my energy, but I also don't want to lose him. So sometimes you have to lose your energy. The key is to not, where in some planes I might brake and boost and brake and boost. In this plane I don't do that as much because I want to get my boost built back up, so that if I need to get out of trouble I can do that. Alright, we're trying to stick with him. Can't do it, so don't waste our time. We'll keep on keeping on. And let's see what we can do against this guy. Get another good angle versus him. Keep him in front. Grade 2. Ugh. 4 out of the 5. Is it just me, or is my microphone kind of echoing? I got 3 cats, and one of them knocked over the microphone stand a few weeks ago, and it didn't really matter because I wasn't using it. But it might have broken the microphone. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, this might be the end of this match. I kind of forget what happened at the end here, but it looks like we're gaining points pretty dang quickly. See if we can get this last guy. Probably not, though. But neither here nor there, I suppose. Pretty good second battle back. A Kosadub, nice. I just like this plane so much. And I like the game. So, let's head on back. Alright, so not a bad first game back, I suppose. Yeah, I'll take it. 14 frags. But I mean, I've always liked this plane. This is a ridiculous plane, honestly. And these guys were doing everything they could to try to counteract me. And unfortunately, this plane is just built to be a better version of these planes, right? A ton more speed, more altitude performance, even though on paper the altitude performance isn't as good. But that ridiculous boost that the 302 has kind of negates any, any altitude issues you might have. The only planes this really struggles with is going to be like 262s and things of that nature, which is why I have mine built for pocket maneuverability, so to speak. I've got that control assist on there for when I need it. Otherwise, it's built for speed, as it should be. Got my LA-15 pilot in here, which I didn't quite realize, but that's cool, because everybody could use a better LA-15 pilot. So, yeah, as I mentioned before, have I? No, I have specialized it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I appreciate everybody that's actually stuck around. I know, the rat race of YouTube. And for that matter, Twitch and whatever live streaming platform you might use. The rat race of it is pretty intense. It can be, you've gone for a few days or a week, and you tend to lose just a lot of people, and a lot of interaction. And I started doing this, just kind of just for fun, and it got to the point where I really wanted to be having a positive impact on the community. I wanted to be having a positive impact on the game, even though it kind of feels like Wargaming might not want or care about a positive impact on the game. Not that I've spoken with them directly, but anyway, I just was investing a lot into content creating, and it was having a negative impact on my, actual income work. I'd go to work with 3 hours of sleep, and of course my mental well-being at work wasn't very good, and then how much time I was taking away from my family time, that certainly wasn't very good. Everything I do is for my kids and my wife, so so what was the purpose of this? So I've come back, obviously, but I want to balance it out. I need to balance it out. But I still want to do this. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy interacting with you all. I enjoy playing the game. I enjoy my interactions that I have with the other content creators. So yeah, I definitely want to continue to do this. I just need to find my balance for it. And I appreciate you guys. If anybody has stuck with me, I appreciate you that have. And yeah, so we'll keep it up at a slower pace. I do want to mix it up a little bit. I've been doing some warships randomly, so maybe I'll toss in some warships gameplay, but definitely still mainly on the Warplanes. And yeah, so I guess that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this particular randomness of the 302. My first game actually was back in a ME410, but I hadn't updated my recorder. That's how long it's been. And so I couldn't even record that. So this is the first recorded gameplay that I've got back. I had fun, because the 302 is fun, win or lose. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.